Make the list. Make the list. Make the list of what you want your goals to be for 2024. And make sure that no males are on that list. All right? Because you know what, women, ladies, I'll be honest with you. I'm very, very blunt in my videos. That's why these males get so mad. So these males are completely useless. When I say they are useless, oh my gosh, they are so, so useless. Now, I will caution you, if you give birth to a male, you're playing Russian roulette, and the odds aren't good. If you give birth to a male, the odds aren't good because of the patriarchy and the environment, and the mom can only go so far. The kid is going to grow, and they're going to have to make these decisions for themselves in the middle, right smack in the middle of a patriarchy. Okay, so Russian roulette. Okay, these women are choosing themselves, and they're like, what's the point? You're with a male that does not like you. He's not even giving you what you need or want emotionally. So what really is the point? Because the only person suffering is you. You want to make an appearance for the public, for people on the outside, but people on the outside aren't living with you. They're not living your life, right? And so it really makes no sense, so more and more women are starting to like process through and understand that if he's not giving you what you need, why are you there? Why are you there? And then I think also because women go to college and get an education literally at 10 times the rate as males do, and males don't. They don't go to school. I've made a video on that. Go ahead and look for it. I can't remember what the title was on it, but it's basically, the title will be somewhere around the percentages of men that go to school versus the percentages of women that go to school, and what that looks like. But we are demolishing them. And like, as soon as we were able to go to school and open bank accounts, it's like they didn't stand a chance. I mean, we like dusted right through them, which is insane because they've had decades and decades and decades and hundreds of years of a head start. So I'm not sure what these males were doing with their time.
I don't fuck with broke men. I break out in halves, Shit.
Great.
I mean, it was old, some young nigga come up, I say, he broke too. What no broke men? I don't fuck with broke men. I break out in halves, Shit.
Great.
I mean, it was old, some young nigga come up, I say, he broke too. What no broke man? Shit, I wouldn't raise.
Hola, 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 mis amores, ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo están haciendo? Hi, my loves, how are you? How are you doing today? So I'm back with another video podcast. So y'all, it's about to be 2024, literally tomorrow. Literally tomorrow is Christmas. It's about to be 2024 tomorrow. I don't really decorate at my house as much because I feel like the amount of work, the amount of work it would take to take all that stuff down, I cannot even. I do have the trees up, but I didn't put like, when I was younger, I would put all these ornaments on there and and as I got older, I was like, no way, because then I'm gonna have to take all these ornaments down and take everything down, and usually it takes me months to get around to it. So I was like, no. So I have a giant tree downstairs. I have a giant tree upstairs. And that was about it, so, and I love it. It's so much simpler. It's so much easier. Actually, I would only have one tree, okay? But there was a male that was trying to talk to me earlier this year. I had him buy that tree because I have always wanted a white tree. I was like, well, if you want to talk to me so bad, then, I've always wanted this tree. Y'all, oh my gosh. Anyways, welcome ladies. Hi. So y'all, It's about to be 2024, and I want us to talk a little bit more about, you know, what's to come and really how to continue to keep ourselves safer and safer from these males. All right. One thing that I've noticed about y'all ladies, on my channel is that you, I don't know, the ladies on my channel, but really, don't forget to smash that like button for me. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button for me. Okay, thank you so much, And certain videos are more likely to attract the scum male species than other videos. And there's just certain videos where more males will comment, and you'll see that ladies will stop saying anything. It's like y'all just don't like them around. So we've had to like double down on like cleansing our space. I don't want to say like removing males, but this is a girls group, so I don't even know why they're here. But we had to double down on removing these males from our group because these males, they don't like what we're talking to each other about, what women are talking to each other about. And it's so weird because they're not a woman. So instead of being out there making money, they are out here in women's group trying to convince me that they straight. There's no way you're in a women's group trying to join conversations that are meant for women and that women are having with each other, trying to convince me that you straight. You are definitely gay, sir. And it's like, I think they're hurt because, you know, when you point out the truth about somebody and that person hasn't even accepted the truth for themselves, you know, it's like, I think that's what it is, you know? So it's like, it doesn't make any sense, these males that will like hide and then start commenting in our group. It's so weird. It's like so weird. So we've had to like double down on removing the males in our group, child. But our group has grown so much. So I'm so happy about that. This year, a lot of things have been accomplished. It was such a crazy year, y'all. How was it for you? How was your 2023, right? Now, going into 2024, I think it's important, of course, that we continue to learn how to identify these males that are on the DL. Because I'm noticing a lot of women just don't even know. It's like their radar is non-existent. They don't know, like, okay, this is a male that's on the DL, ma'am. Okay, like if he, for example, is like Simone Biles' husband, he is fully in that feminine energy, all right, and he is comfortable staying and being in his feminine. Like he literally had no problem getting on camera on an interview, and he had no issues literally calling himself the woman in the relationship. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch that video after this one, where I think it's titled Simone Biles' husband is on the DL. Literally, he's fully on the DL, and he gets demolished by a 1% man, you know. So these males, you know, they don't have any issue being on the DL. You're the one that has to pay attention, you know what I mean? Because they can't hide it. They don't even know that it's that obvious. Simone Biles' husband was literally talking to a bunch of males, and one of the males described himself as like pretty fanboys with eyes or something super gay. It's like, oh my God, they gay. They gonna sleep with each other right after this show. Right after this interview, that guy and Simone Biles' husband are gonna link up. Okay, I promise you. Watch. In a few years, when y'all start seeing that stuff come out in the news, you gonna run right back to that Simone Biles' husband is on the DL video. Okay, like, like, oh, yup. So, and then the other male, I think he was probably the only straight one in the group, was making fun of him so hard because the other male was like, huh? So you're telling us that you're the one that got you're the one that got chased down. So you're like, she pulled you. Essentially, she took the role of like she's the male in the relationship. Like he set him up so hard and I think he set him up so hard just because he was very confused about the whole situation, and he was kind of just making fun of him. And he didn't even notice the faces that the straight interviewer, the faces he was making. Like, what the? Like, he was like, what is this guy? What's this gay guy talking about? Like, he's gay, that's why. So I think definitely continuing to learn more about the signs of males on the DL. Also, males that try to infiltrate our group, those males are also definitely gay. They're either gay or broke. They don't have any money. And that's the problem, because if you have money, let me tell you, males that have money, they're not on social media trying to infiltrate women's group. that's not what they're doing with their time. Their time is spent making money. So they're either gay, they don't have any money, or they have severe mental health issues and they don't have any money. And that's unfortunately what's going on with a lot of them, because the male loneliness epidemic continues to grow. But the thing is, they brought it on themselves. Like, instead of being in our women's group, I don't know why they try to come here when they have the whole manosphere. You know what I mean? Like, they have the whole manosphere, the whole red pill space. That's the space that they created for themselves. And they ran that for like almost 10 years without women saying anything. And now we've created our own groups. And now they want to harass us because we come harder. When we show up to the party, it's over with for you. And they started realizing that whole manosphere space, it really didn't do anything. Like, women are still not gonna date you just because you're more hateful than you were before. You know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna just date you just because you're more hateful than you were before. You're still broke. You're still a loser. You're still like trolling on the internet instead of making money. Like, what is attractive about you? There's nothing attractive about you. You know? So leave it in the comments below. I want to know what some of y'all's goals are for 2024. Really my main goal is to grow my businesses, of course, and to start traveling more internationally. I have my first trip booked for the year because I need to renew my passport and get all that other stuff in order because I want to experience the different cultures, right? So anyway, leave in the comments below what your goals are. But 2024 has been so crazy, but I'm really glad we've been able to grow the channel this much this year. But I think it's continuing to grow, especially when it comes to ladies feeling comfortable enough to speak their minds within the group. So that's something that makes me happy because that's something that I'm always pushing for. It's 2024. I don't do yearly goals, y'all. So I don't do Christmas goals or New Year's goals because I feel like that's dumb. Like, literally all year round I work on my goals, okay? Like, all year round I work on my goals. And this year was a pivotal year for me because I hit all these like major goals. Like, literally hit extremely major goals. Like, all my life goals, I hit them this year. So it was really, really pivotal. It was a pivotal year for me because it hit me in an unexpected way emotionally because I wasn't expecting to feel the way that I felt after hitting all of those goals. I felt like it felt surreal to me, but it also felt kind of sad because I was like, now what am I going to do? You know what I mean? So this year I bought my own house, my house, my first home, 2-story, super big. I even bought it with the jacuzzi outside and all this other stuff outside. It's fully furnished and everything. And I mentioned the jacuzzi because guess what, y'all? Oh my God, y'all. So I made a list. I made a list of what I wanted in my home. Oh my God, this is so crazy. And I made a list of what I wanted in my home. All of the features, everything that I wanted in my home. And the jacuzzi was top of the list. I wanted it to be a 4 to 5 bedroom, which it is. I wanted it to, all these things there. And every single thing that I had on my list, my house came with, including the jacuzzi. I was like, I can't even make this stuff up. It was crazy, including the jacuzzi. How many houses have you seen listed that are being sold with a jacuzzi? Not an underground jacuzzi, an above ground jacuzzi. I didn't want an underground jacuzzi because the maintenance could be more on that. And also the insurance goes up on it and all this other stuff. I wanted a huge backyard, and my backyard is huge. It's like bigger than a tennis court. It's a huge backyard. So how many do you know that come with the external jacuzzi? It was crazy. So y'all, make the list of what you want your goals to be for 2024, and make sure that no males are on that list. All right, because you know what, women, ladies, I'll be honest with you. I'm very, very blunt in my videos. That's why these males get so mad, because I tell the truth. I'm very, very blunt. No male is worth your life. You know what I mean? Like, you don't spend your years looking for a male. All right, that's not gonna be a good use of your time. Spend your years living your life to the max, baby. Even in later years, if you want to have kids, you can still have kids. If you're 40, if you want to have a kid when you're 40, you can still do that, right? You can get a surrogate. You can freeze your eggs. You can freeze your eggs. You can go to the sperm bank, so you don't have to deal with baby daddy drama. So these males are completely useless. When I say they are useless, oh my gosh, they are so useless. Now, I will caution you I don't. If you give birth to a male, you're playing Russian roulette, and the odds aren't good. If you give birth to a male, the odds aren't good because of the patriarchy and the environment, and the mom can only go so far. The kid is going to grow, and they're going to have to make these decisions for themselves in the middle, right smack in the middle of a patriarchy. Okay, so Russian roulette. Okay, if you give birth to women, you're good. For the most part, you're fine. But just know that, don't beat yourself up. You can only do so much, when it comes to, and these kids are young, they're babies for a very, very small period of time, literally a handful of times. So, the time flies when it comes to that. So just keep that in mind. And don't beat yourself up too much, because all these males, you see them hiding and lurking and trying to harass women when we're talking with ourselves, forming groups with ourselves like we're supposed to be doing. And males aren't supposed to be here. This is a woman's space. So the math ain't mathin', and you know why the math ain't mathin'? Probably because you gay. And you have yet to even admit that to yourself. You gay, you're on the DL, you want to be a woman, and you're jealous of women. Otherwise, why would you be in a woman's group in a woman's space? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, write down your goals. Write down your goals, like I'm telling you. So that was one that was a huge part of what changed in 2023. Also, I used to be a DACA. My status used to be a DACA, so a dreamer. For those of you that aren't familiar with that status, I was a dreamer. That means I came here when I was very, very young, with my parents, but we came here legally and had all our documentation, our paperwork. And as I grew up, I had to go from the status. It was like an F2 status. And in order to qualify for that, of course, the biggest thing is you have to came into the U.S. legally and all that stuff. So anyway, I went from my previous status, F2, to DACA status, so being a dreamer. So I actually accomplished all these goals as a dreamer. And this year, I got my green card, yes, permanent residency. So that was huge. That was another huge milestone that I reached this year as well. And guess what? I didn't do it by getting married. My whole family, they were shocked. They were like, how are you going to do it if you don't want to get married to do it? And I was like, I don't want to get married to do it because I see how you suffer with these males, and I don't want that for my future or my life. I want the freedom to choose whoever I want to choose if I ever want to get around to it. Male, female, whoever, as long as that's what I want to do. And so I was really, really steadfast on that. And so anyway, I got it underneath the National Interest Waiver. National Interest Waiver basically means they considered it in the nation's best interest to grant me the green card. And so therefore, that's how I got it. So anyway, sure. So that was another thing. My business grew. That was another thing. So I was able to grow my business this year quite a bit. And I was able to I think I added at least 2 income streams this year. So that was huge. And then my PhD as well. I think I mentioned that in my videos. Check marked this year as well. So yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And you would think, oh my God, all these things sound so good. But y'all, all these things come with such an emotional shift when you've been working on something for years and years and years, for like all through my 20s. This is kind of what I've been steadfast focused on. And then all of a sudden you get there and you're like, okay, now I have to come up with new life goals. It's a very interesting shift, I'll tell you that, And so a lot of emotional roller coasters that came this year with accomplishing all those goals. So leave it in the comments below what goals y'all accomplished this year and what goals y'all are wanting to accomplish next year. And also any video ideas that you might want to see or that you might have, okay? And yeah, so it's also been a huge year for women. Man, I've never seen as many women abandon males as I have this year. I mean, huge win for women this year, I think, because it's amazing. Women are just choosing themselves. They are like, nope, absolutely not. But gone, left behind, literally. So huge win for women this year, which makes me so happy and so proud to be a woman as well. But yeah, so y'all, leave it in the comments below. And don't forget to smash that like button for me. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button for me. Okay, thank you so much. And leave it in the comments below what future videos you want to see as well, because that's where a lot of my video ideas come from as well. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.